right, Inkspot viewers, here we are broadcasting NCHS baseball. Should be a fun game. We had our earlier game that we weren't able to broadcast due to some technical difficulties, but here for the second part of a doubleheader. Ironman won the first game 8-5 in what was an exciting offensive showcase for the Ironmen. Check out some rosters for this year's team. All right, we've just gotten started. For our starting lineups, I'll run you through them real quick, just 1 second. So starting pitcher for the Iron would be not listed here, maybe. Let's see. I believe that's Ethan Potts on the mound for the Iron to start the game. Indeed it is. And down goes the first Bloomington Raiders batter. That was McGill. I believe being striked out there. Potts now facing the second Bloomington Raiders batter. Delivers a ball to Ferrier, Daniel Ferrier of the Raiders. That's number 10 on their lineup card. Potts with the windup and throws a strike in for the second pitch of the at-bat. With one down, here's the third pitch, and fouled off. Past the fence, that will be out of play. Again, looking at the starting lineups for Ironman, you'll have in the field Dylan Tracy, Connor Lay, and Tommy Heidemann playing the outfield. Then at Meanwhile, we have a hit to third base, thrown out, all the way across the diamond for the second out of the inning. As I was saying, we have in the infield we'll have let's see here, pitching Ethan Potts. Catching is again Jack Sherpke, who caught all of the last game. At first we'll have Logan Fricker making an appearance. Ball goes by for Potts, and then at second base, Jacob Newberry played a little bit of second in the previous game of the doubleheader as well. The ball comes right at him, and he'll have an easy routine throw to end the inning. 4-3 for the out. I'm going to be up to bat, starting off with Dylan Tracy in just a second. Sorry about that audio. Newberry, meanwhile, gets a close play and slips. Oh, my goodness. But he'll be out nonetheless. That'll bring up catcher Jack Sherpke for his first at-bat of the second game in this doubleheader. 2 outs for the Ironmen. Sherpke, a lefty, or at least batting left-handed, will step into the box. Again, facing Hambleton. First pitch looks high. That'll be a ball for Sherpke. Sherpke in the last game was 1 for 3. Drove in a single run as well. Not bad. Meanwhile, to right field, that one's going to be fair. Could be extra bases for Jack Sherpke. He'll stop at second off a double that scraped the out-of-bounds line, it looked like. Very close, but it'll be a double nonetheless. Now a pinch runner. Maybe. Looks like it. Again, who knows the rules of high school baseball? I sure don't. Not sure if Sherpke's out after that for the game or just a common substitution. Believe that'll bring up, looks like Nick Stoner for the Ironmen. Stoner's been a great hitter this year. Coming into today's first matchup, he was hitting .500 and was able to reach in at least 3 of his at-bats. Stoner sends one over the wall. Home run for Stoner. Stoner in DH duties does his job well, singing it over the right field fence, giving Norman Community an early 2-0 lead in the first inning. What a shot. Did not spend too much time sprinting. Kind of took a few steps and said, yep, that one's gone. See you later. 2-0 lead for the Ironmen now. And another solid contact. That one will drop just at about the warning track. Stretching for 2. He'll stop at second base. That's number 24. Tommy Heidemann making solid contact, getting it over the center fielder Caleb Kennel's head. Excellent hitting for the Ironmen in this first inning. Now with Heidemann on base, Alex Zog, the 6th batter in the lineup, will come up. Zog took a strike. There's another one. Putting himself in a sticky situation early in the at-bat. Big lead at second for Tommy Heidemann. There's a ball taken by Stoner. Ironman coming out strong after winning the previous game 8-5. Another ball coming up after the 2 strikes. Again, Zog playing third base today. See if he can carry this momentum that Nick Stoner brought into the game for the Iron. In the previous game, Bloomington took the lead 2-0 in their half of the first inning. The Ironman turning the tables on him here. There's some solid contact into foul territory. That'll drop maybe 5 to 10 feet on the line, outside of the line in right field. Hamilton struggling a little bit early on for the Bloomington Raiders. The Ironmen have been able to capitalize. From the stretch now. Right back to right field. He lost it, but that one's foul. The right fielder had no idea where the ball was landing, and I can't say I did either. Unfortunate, just a few feet outside of the right field foul line. Would have been extra bases easily with the confusion of the right fielder. We'll see who that is. That would be Leathers. Crew Leathers. Almost making an error. Another solid contact, but that one's directly to the left fielder who will be able to reel it in for Bloomington. Retiring Zog and putting an end to the first inning. Ironman lead 2-0. We're back for the top of the second inning. Crutcher, Wellman, and Goro Pesek due up for the Raiders in all of their first at-bats. Beautiful day for some baseball. A little windy in our makeshift booth. We're doing just fine. Crutcher facing Potts now. Ironman had a great first inning off the home run by Nick Stoner. Just going yard. Putting the game in the hands of the Ironmen. Crutcher playing third base for the Raiders today, or at least in the second half of the doubleheader. There's a ball to Crutcher. Potts sat down the first three batters for Bloomington, 1, 2, 3. And there is a strikeout looking for Potts, looking good so far. Throw it around the horn for the Ironman, but did not make it to first base. Who knows why? I don't. Potts facing Wellman now. That is the catcher for the Bloomington Raiders. Throws a ball in there. That'll be outside and low by Potts. Some contact made. That'll be a hit. Maybe a single to left field. Bobbled for a second by Tommy Heidemann, but he'll get it in and stop him at first. Wellman with the first hit for the Raiders. Catcher taking on some hitting duties and bringing up number 15, Goropesic. Jesse Goropesic. They'll pinch run again. Not sure entirely how that works in high school baseball. Have to imagine they're not pinch running in the first inning if you're not able to come back into the game. We'll have the studio run a Google search on that at some point before the broadcast is over. Jesse Goropesic looking at the second pitch of the at-bat now. Swings, and second is looked to be taken. I think it was a foul tip, so the runner will go back. Goropesic swung and got a piece of it. Not enough to put it anywhere. That one swung on him and missed entirely, putting Jesse Goropesic in a two-strike situation now. Potts is looking good, striking out Goropesic. 2 down for the Raiders. Potts has been in control from the word go. A lot of action out here at the baseball and softball fields this morning. Varsity team took on West in softball. And the JV baseball team was in action as well. Now, looks like a foul ball. That was Alec Imhoff. The foul ball to right field. Wasn't able to be traced down, and he'll be right back up at bat. The 7th batter in the lineup, Imhoff. Swings and fouls one into the softball field, it looked like. Jeez. Nothing scarier than hearing heads up at this field. Duck and cover immediately if you hear that. Meanwhile, Imhoff fouling off another one to keep the at-bat alive. 3 foul balls for Imhoff in this at-bat alone. Potts a high fastball. Sherpy had to get out of his stance to corral that one. Getting closer to evening out the count. Swings and misses. That'll end the inning for the Raiders. Potts remains in control, and so do the Ironmen, leading 2-0. Sorry for the lack of audio. Logan Fricker was just sat down on strikes, bringing up Jake Jasek, the 8th batter in the Ironman lineup. It's 2-0 here at the Normal Community Fields after Nick Stoner hit a bomb over the right field fence, giving the Iron an early lead in the first inning. Some contact there for Jake Jasek, but he'll be out after your Bloomington right fielder was able to make a play on it. That was Leathers coming over to the gap to make a play, and second out of the inning for the Ironman. Now Connor Lay, the 9th man in the lineup. Lay is at center field. Very quick and shifty player on the football team. Slot receiver or running back. And it'll translate to his work at center field, I have to imagine. Lay looks at one, takes one for a ball. Really windy day up here in our booth, but a beautiful day for some baseball nonetheless. Lay takes the walk, putting a man on first with 2 outs. First man on base this inning for the Iron. That'll send us to the top of the order. Dylan Tracy will have a chance to make something happen. Playing right field, Dylan went 0 for 1. His first at bat. Not able to reach. Tracy swings on one and pops it up. Of course, runners moving, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning for the Raiders. We'll be back with the bottom half. I believe, actually the top half of the 1st inning, or 3rd inning, when we're back. We are back with some more baseball action, kicking off the 3rd inning. Bloomington up to bat. 2-0 after the Nick Stoner home run in the 1st inning. Potts has been dominant in his showing thus far, only allowing 1 man on base off a single to left field. Comes back with the ball for the 2nd pitch. with Leathers at bat, and looks like he got hit by Potts. Not able to control it. And that'll put Leathers at first. The ninth man in the lineup, Caleb Kennel, center fielder for the Raiders. With one man on and no one out. Puts one to left field, and that's going to drop. Could be trouble for the Ironmen. They'll be held up at third and second base. Potts gives up a second hit of the day. And that'll put Kennel on second and Leathers at third. No outs for the Ironmen with 2 runners in scoring position. Back to the top of the lineup, and at a bad time, McGill is up to bat. Shortstop for the Raiders. Potts hoping not to panic here, because the Raiders could just shift the momentum of this game entirely if they put a run up on the board. There's some solid contact into left field. That's going to score a run, maybe 2. Sending home is Kennel. Throw's not going to even be contested. And that's a double for McGill into left field. Tying the ball game up for the Raiders. Two to 2 now with no one out in the third inning. Meeting on the mound for the Ironmen. Short's coming out to talk to Potts. Wonder if he's pulling his starter this early. Potts is going to stay out there. Now up to bat is Ferrier with a man on second. That's McGill. Tommy Heideman's seen a lot of action this inning with 2 hits coming his way. Couldn't really do anything about either one of them. But 2 runs have crossed already with no one out. There's some more contact into foul territory. 3 Ironmen colliding on the ball, and it looks like Sherpke was able to come up with it in foul territory to get a much-needed first out. Potts, maybe some confidence after that one. A misplaced ground ball could score another run for the Raiders. Nick Sharp up to bat. He had pitching duties in the first game for the Raiders. He was their starter. He is now DHing. Just the opposite end of the spectrum. Sharp with a runner in scoring position and another at first. Actually, it looks like Sharp was intentionally walked there. Must be a big bat they're trying to avoid. Now, the shortstop was able to make a play and get an out at first, but their runners do advance. That puts Sharp at second. I believe it's Farrier at third. They were able to get Crutcher out on a ground ball. Shortstop Jake Jasek making the play there. Be huge for the Ironmen to get out of this inning with only a 2-run coming across the plate and not losing their lead entirely. Potts still throwing confidently. That's what you like to see from a starter, even after giving up a couple runs. Hard to tell what the count is from this far away, but they're looking like strikes that he's thrown across the plate. And couldn't have been more wrong, as the batter will take a walk on ball 4. Gorpesser up at bat now. Gorpesic. Jesse Gorpesic. He's the first baseman for the Raiders. He's batting 6th in this game with bases loaded now and 2 outs. Strike there from Potts. Some action in the bullpen for the Iron, as you might imagine. There's a hit. That was to... Nope, never mind. That was to right field. Dylan Tracy making the play, getting it put out, and ending the inning. It'll be 2-2 going into the bottom of the third. Jacob Newberry up to bat in the bottom of the third. Makes some contact and gets it to third base. Play made and dropped by the first baseman off the bounce. Newberry was safe at first after an error. Sherpke coming up. He already has a hit to his name today. Catcher for Normal Community. Hamilton still on the mound for the Raiders. So for as of now, both starting pitchers remain in the game. We'll have to see if Potts gets taken out after there was some action in the Normal Community bullpen during their half of the inning in the field. Lefty Sherpke will look at a strike. That one's lost, but Newberry not able to advance. Just tipped off the glove of the catcher there. Iron will look to retake the lead and break the tie after losing it earlier this inning. Decent amount of offense for the Ironmen early. Of course, only coming off the Nick Stoner home run. Have to see if they can maybe load the bases and make some more action than the one-off home run. Now Sherpke making solid contact. Newberry will be thrown out. The liner was caught by Sherpke, and Newberry was not able to get back in time, so there's an odd double play for you. 6-3 that was. Shortstop making the first out unassisted, of course. And now up for the Ironmen, you're going to have Nick Stoner. Again, went yard in his first at bat, 2 RBIs. The only RBIs for the Ironmen right now. Looks at a slow outside pitch for ball 1. Stoner, another foul ball. Hard to tell if these are going in or out of play right off the bat from this distance, but try our best, of course. Stoner making some contact and hitting it to the shortstop. He'll make the play pretty easily, ending the inning for the Ironmen. 3 batters due up, go down in order. And it'll be 2-2 heading into the 4th. We are back in the top of the 4th inning. Potts remaining on the mound for the Iron after giving up 2 runs in the 3rd. That one's going to be out of play. Into the bullpen of the Bloomington Raiders, where they have some pitcher up and going. About halfway through the ball game now. 2-2. It's been an interesting one so far. Alec Imhoff up to bat for the Raiders. Imhoff is 0 for 1 to start the game. Reaching on that one, putting it into foul territory, but keeping the at-bat alive. Apologize for this huge amount of wind right now, but we're trying our best. Imhoff caught reaching and swinging on a pitch, dropped third strike by Sherpke, and he'll be put out at first base for the official out. Potts coming back with a strikeout after struggling in the previous inning. Came back looking good. Now after Imhoff, that'll bring up Leathers for the Raiders. Crew Leathers, who's playing right field. Swing and a miss for the right-hander. Like to see Potts pitching confidently still. Not sure if that was a ball or a strike from this distance, but looked good to me. A little bouncer back to the third baseman by Leathers. Play at first, and he'll be called out. Made it interesting enough for there to be a play at least. After Crew Leathers is put out, it'll bring up Caleb Kennel, the ninth man in the lineup for the Raiders, and center fielder. Fouls one off for the first pitch. Be big for the Ironman if Potts is able to sit down 3 batters in a row in this fourth inning. That's called a strike. Looked like Kennel looked away, thought he was going to get hit for a second. Good movement on that pitch. And he's caught golfing, but it's a drop third strike. He might get to first base. He will be safe on the drop third strike rule. Fine at this level, but you go to Pony Fields, that's the entirety of the offense for some teams. Not a lot of fun to watch. Regardless, Kennel reaches, and it'll be the top of the order for the Raiders. McGill up to bat now, shortstop. A little powwow on the mound coming up. And it looks like they're bringing in a reliever for Potts. Not able to get 3 outs. Sat down 2 batters, and not sure if his day will be over or he's doing a double switch, but got a new pitcher coming to the game for the Ironman. The rest of the fielding has been solid, done what they can in the outfield and around the bases as well. Trying to see who Short brought in. That'll be number 27? Nick Stoner, would it be? Hard to tell. Does look like Nick Stoner will be taking over pitching duties. Stoner might just be switching with Potts. He was the DH. Maybe those trader roles. So it looks like no other switches have occurred in the infield or outfield. It does look like even now some more action in the Ironman for the Ironman in the bullpen. Stoner finishing up his warm-up throws, and again McGill up to bat, top of the order for the Raiders, after Kennel reached on the drop third strike. Couple more pitches and we'll get going. Stoner looks to be throwing heat. It's a big guy. Hope he can get the weight behind the fastball blown by McGill here in this fourth inning. Apologies for not changing that on our scoreboard. There we go. Still 2-2. as Stoner steps on the mound. First pitch looked like it nearly hit McGill. Very low and inside on the right-handed batter. Lefty Stoner will get a swinging strike and a stolen base by Kennel, the quick center fielder for the Raiders. It's often one that is just given to him with 2 outs, but made a throw and it was short and to the left, or the right of Jack Sherpke. Another swing, and that one will go foul. Stoner's now working 2 strikes on McGill. Liam McGill, that is. That one goes into left field, right past the third baseman. Could score a run. He'll hold him at third instead. That one blew by Alex Zog. Not sure if he was able to make a play or not, but regardless, got into left field, and Tommy Heidemann had to field the ground ball. So McGill with the hit, advancing Kennel from second to third. Could be a scary situation for the Ironmen if Stoner can't get this last out anytime soon. It's a good-looking pitch for Stoner, and they'll take second base uncontested. No potential for the double play anymore, so not one they're too worried about. Or at least no need for the double play. Stoner seems to be pitching from full windup still, with 2 men on. A little bit of a stretch I could see. At the plate is Ferrier, the left fielder for Bloomington. Swings and misses on that pitch. Stoner gave up a hit, but he looks to be pitching fairly strongly. There's another hit, actually, into left field. Tommy Heidemann fielding. That's going to drive in 2 runs. And he'll be out at second after the relay from third base off Tommy Heidemann's throw from left. That was Alex Zog to Jacob Newberry to get them runner out at second, trying to stretch his single. All right, 2 runs come across. As far as I'm concerned, we'll see if they go up. I believe those would still count, unless I'm mistaken. There it is, 4-2. The Raiders lead, going to the bottom of the 4th. Sorry about that audio cutting out. And it looks like an out for the Raiders. First baseman is pulled off the bag, but he tags Zog regardless. Before that, Tommy Heidemann was caught. His hit was caught in foul territory by Crew Leathers for the Raiders. And then again, McGill has stepped onto the mound in relief for Hamilton. Now at bat is Logan Fricker for the Ironman. Hoping to get some offense. Fouled out to the bullpen of the Ironman. Again, hoping to get some offense for the Ironmen, who haven't scored since the home run by Nick Stoner in the first inning. Been held silent since. Inside on Fricker, had to step away. It'll be a foul and so a strike and a ball for Logan Fricker. High ball to Fricker. Just getting a man on base would be crucial here as they trail by 2. Nick Stoner gave up a unearned run and a earned run in his first half inning. There's a tapper back out to the pitcher. That'll end the inning for the Ironmen as Logan Fricker is retired 1-3. Raiders lead 4-2. We'll be back for the top of the 5th. Sorry about our audio, just had a lot of problems with it today. Looks like the inning is over now. I had to look away to fix that, but Nick Stoner struggled quite a bit in this 5th inning, and the Raiders were able to take advantage, get a run on the board, making it 5-2. Gorepesic scored the RBI and drove in Nick Sharp. Now the Raiders coming back out to try to finish off the Ironmen in this 5th inning and then get through 7 as well. McGill coming back out to warm up for the Raiders, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, we are back. Ironman trailing by 3 runs in this bottom of the 5th inning. Ironman looking to pick up their 20th win of the year after winning the first of the doubleheader. Jake Jasek up to the bat, playing shortstop for the Ironmen today. Have to imagine they're making a pitching change between their fielding innings, as Stoner struggled quite a bit with the control, allowing for Bloomington to capitalize on it. Meanwhile, Jake Jasek fouls one out to right field, and it is not able to be caught up with by first baseman Gorepesic. Be a foul ball for Jasek. Bloomington in control with some excellent pitching by McGill in relief, and not bad pitching by their starter, who was Hamilton, only giving up the home run, but nothing else. Jasek looking to start up some much-needed offense for the Iron, but taking a strike 3. He'll be sat down, bringing up Connor Lay, 9th spot in the lineup. Left-handed hitter for the Iron. Only offense today has come off the Nick Stoner home run, or at least the only run-scoring offense, that is. Lay looking to make something happen with 1 out. Grounder back to the pitcher, misses it. Second baseman gets it, and he'll be late. That's safe. Connor Lay with an infield hit to the second baseman. Tough play for this. To first base. That's a single. Tough play for the second baseman, however. That's number 8. Caleb Kennel, who I believe was playing center. Must have been wrong. Connor Lay, dangerously fast at first base. He'll go. Looks like he'll be way short. He's thrown out by the catcher. Not good for the Ironman, who could have really needed the run. Not sure if that was a smart play or not, trying to steal. He is a quick player, but how much do you need the runner at second when you're down 3? At the plate is Dylan Tracy with the top of the lineup, another quick player. There's some solid contact, but it's right to the shortstop on the ground, and he'll be thrown out at first. Ironman struggling a little bit in the 5th. We'll be back with the top of the 6th in just a moment. We are back with our coverage of Ironman baseball. Nikhil Palom stepped onto the mound for the Iron between innings, relieving Nick Stoner. Third pitcher today for the Iron, who are losing 5-2 in this 6th inning. Looking to get a quick half inning and maybe make it a little longer in their half. Palom looking good. Good to see a fresh arm out there for the Iron. Delivering a couple strikes early on in his outing. Palom only coming in pitching 1.1 innings across 2 games, facing 11 batters. Here's his 12th. Palom does have 2 Ks on the year, but has given up 5 earned runs. But he strikes out another there, giving him his 3rd K of the year. No action in either bullpen right now. Both teams should be content with their pitching changes thus far, especially the Raiders, who have put McGill in, been pitching very well against the Iron. Palom now with his 2nd batter. That's Leathers, who we struck out, and now up for the Raiders should be Caleb Kennel, number 8, playing second base, not center field as I previously thought. Yep. Or is that number 2? Hard to tell from here. Oh, Kennel is playing center field, but he is number 2. Okay. We have Caleb Kennel up. Unless there was a double switch, he should be playing center still. Palom looking good from the windup. Able to get some good looking pitches past Kennel so far. Striking out his first batter, of course, that was Leathers. There's another K for Palom. Looking very good in his relief pitching. Kennel upset with the call there, walking back slowly to the dugout. Top of the order for the Raiders. McGill, the shortstop, up to hit with 2 outs. Raiders holding a 3-run lead over the Ironmen after losing by 3 in the first game. In the dirt, that one's going to get a first ball call for Nikhil Palom after striking out the first 2 batters he faced today. Another ball. A lot of grounders reaching into the outfield today for the Iron. Looks like a 3-0 count now. That's a strike right down the middle. Have to wonder if he determined before that he was not swinging on that pitch. Looking to draw the walk. Another strike. Nikhil fighting back, making it a full count. That one's ball 4, low outside and in the dirt a little bit. For Palom, he'll put a man on first with 2 outs. Right-hander coming up, that is Daniel Ferrier, right fielder for the Raiders. Running on the foul ball was McGill. Have to retreat back to first. Ferrier fouled it off behind him. Any more runs here might just feel insurmountable for the Ironmen going into their half of the 6th inning. Pickoff attempt no good for the Iron. If you're wondering, that's a well-hit ball into left field. It's going to land at the warning track. Tommy Heidemann making the throw. Run goes across. Double for Ferrier. Just right off the bat, a booming hit into left to the warning track. Raiders will put another run up on the board, making it 6-2. Nikhil, after striking out his first 2 batters, looking very strong, walked 1 and then gave up that hit double. Ironman pitching might be to blame for the deficit as of right now. Fouled off or excuse me, that is hit to first baseman, number 19. That's Logan Fricker making the put out and ending the inning with only giving up 1 run. It's 6-2. We'll be back with the rest of the 6th inning. We are back with more coverage of Ironman baseball. Akil Palom was in for relief of Nick Stoner and gave up a run in the top of the 6th. Ironman up to bat now and looking to make it a closer game, down 4. Dodges that pitch that was very inside. It'll be a ball. That's Jacob Newberry up to bat. Newberry thus far is 0 for 2 going to this AB. Another inside pitch, he'll take a base. Just what the Ironmen need is a base runner. Struggling to manufacture a lot of offense so far, besides the Nick Stoner home run in the bottom of the 1st. Sherpke is up to bat. Sherpke has a hit and a run thus far. And there's another well-hit ball. It's going to be in left field fair. Sherpke hits a single, advancing Newberry to second. That one scraped the chalk into left field, but it's fair nonetheless. And here's a pinch runner coming in for Sherpke. Ironman with no outs, maybe making a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Time running out to make that run. With the game coming to a close soon, there's a low pitch for a ball. It's the man who put the only runs on the board for the Ironman, Nick Stoner. Up to bat, he was pitching. Not sure where he finds himself now. That's a ground ball to first that'll get through to right. He's going to score a run. And it was just 1 run for the Iron, but nonetheless they cut the lead down. 3-6 now. Nick Stoner getting his 3rd RBI of the game there with the single to right. Now up at the plate will be Tommy Heidemann. Played left field and actually seen the ball a few times. The way the Raiders were hitting it. Short coming in to make a change. Stoner's exiting the field for a pinch runner. Can't be sure of the change that Short was making. Tommy Heidemann still up to bat, though. I suppose it was just reporting the pinch runner to first. Might be looking to steal this back. Tying run is at the plate right now with Tommy Heidemann, left-handed hitter. Heidemann swings and misses on his first pitch. McGill still on the mound for the Raiders. Coming into the inning, he'd been doing an excellent job. That one's outside for Tommy. Getting a little chilly here at the fields. Wind picking up as well. Heidemann down the first base line. That one's going to be foul. And they'll do it again. I believe that's Bryson Reed. Can't really see a number, but just by the way he's running, you can kind of tell. That was Preston King. Now Tommy cranks one into center. That's going to score a run and leave a runner at second and first. Tommy with the RBI single, trimming the lead yet again. 4-6, the Ironman trail now. Zog's up to bat. He is the leading go-ahead run at the plate now. Four to 6 after the Ironman showing some signs of offense here in the 6th inning. There's a strike across Zog. Heidemann, the Illinois State commit, able to bring him just a little bit closer. In the dirt, not able to advance. The catcher for Bloomington corrals it. Do it all again with runners at first and second. There's some solid contact, but it'll be popped up to right. See if he can advance a runner at second. They'll send him. He should take it standing up. Yep. Now runners at the corners with, I believe, only one out for the Iron. Tough to see the scoreboard from here. Zog with the RBI. Now after Zog, you'll see Logan Fricker, first baseman today. Runners at the corners. He's able to make some contact, but that'll be foul. Behind him into a softball field. Fricker is coming to the plate 0 for 2 on the day. Looking to turn things around a little bit here. It's Preston King on third base, I believe. Excuse me, Zach Orndorff was the courtesy runner. Zach is a quick player, also an outfielder. Now one that's going to get barely. Let's see here. He got to short and he barely got it. Heidemann's out trying to reach second. Runner is safe at first. So Logan Fricker reaches on a fielder's choice but scores a run in the process. Zach Orndorff getting home. Heidemann had to run and just probably didn't assume that he would be the one targeted on the fielder's choice. Or might have just thought the ball got past him altogether. I know I did. Now, with a man on first, Jake Jasek, playing shortstop today. Making solid contact, retreating is the right fielder. That one's over the fence for the Ironman. Going to tie it up or put the Ironman ahead now. Jasek's home run. They're going to meet him at the dugout after he sent it over the left field fence, excuse me. What a clutch piece of hitting from Jake Jasek. Able to take over the game, putting the Ironman ahead 7-6. Ironmen have rallied this inning. We'll see if they can keep it going. Only one man down so far. I guess two men down now, with Tommy Heidemann getting out at second on the fielder's choice before the home run. Connor Lay at the bottom of the lineup, looking to make an impact. He's coming to the plate with one hit in one at-bat. Where he's shown a walk before. What official at-bat that is. Ball in the dirt, no one left to advance. After the bases were cleared by Jake Jasek. McGill still on the mound for the Raiders, and you can see in the bullpen they have pitcher going. Now they'll be looking to get home early. Hoping to cut him off after half of an inning in the seventh. Now holding the lead. High and outside, Lay will be walked. Have to imagine McGill is struggling with the confidence a little bit after that pitch was just rocked by Jasek into a field of dandelions. Now Dylan Tracy at the top of the lineup has not been able to record a hit today, coming up for his fourth at-bat. From the stretch, McGill gets Tracy swinging on the first pitch. Connor Lay again was thrown out at second base on his last trip around the bags. Tracy swinging again. Connor Lay picked off by the catcher at first. He'll be safe, but just barely got in. Tracy 0-2. Hoping to make something happen. Extend the lead a little more, possibly. That one's high, but he's taking it for a hit. Shortstop to first. Or I guess he just ate it there. Probably the wise choice. He was going to have to throw off the jump. So Tracy will reach uncontested at first on the infield single. Jacob Newberry's coming up now. He has no hits but scored a run on 2 at-bats. Right-hander stepping into the box. With the man on first and second. Ironman could completely turn the tables in this inning if they came ahead by 2 more. Turning a 3-run deficit into a 3-run lead. Have to think Newberry might just be due for a hit at this point. See what he can do. Again, Connor Lay is on second base. A lot of speed there, as well as Dylan Tracy at first. They're going to send Lay He's going to be safe. Tracy's able to take second uncontested. So runners in third and second base. And Newberry with 2 outs at bat. Second baseman looks at a 4th ball, and he'll take a base, loading the bags for the Ironman. Looks like a trip out to the mound for the Raiders manager. Not sure if we're going to see a substitution quite yet. Haven't been out to the mound of this game. Coach Short for the Ironman cannot say the same. He's had to take a couple of trips out there. 7-6, the Ironman are leading, and it looks like that's a reliever coming in for the Raiders. It'll be a double switch. If nothing else, at least a right field switch. Yep, looks like their right fielder is coming in to pitch. Nope. Just runs right past the mound. He's heading back into the dugout. So are they looking to keep McGill in or not is the question right now. Must have missed him come off, but they have a pitcher warming up now. He'll be facing Sherpke as his first batter. Sherpke has proven to be dangerous this game with 2 hits on 3 official at-bats. Runners on second and runners on every base for Sherpke. Not the man you want to see up when you're coming into a game with the bases loaded. Sherpke just about ready to step into the box after the warm-up pitches. See if we can get a name on this new pitcher as soon as possible. It's number 17 for the Raiders. Sherpke the lefty in the box. High pitch. Wild pitch right now could be very dangerous for the Raiders. Have to keep it in the strike box, you'd hope, if not just outside. Another high pitch. A catcher's going to pick off at third base and get an out on Lay, who is being gutsy with the leadoff. That'll end the inning in quite an odd way. Sherpke will be up to bat. The Ironmen come back if they need to, but hate to see that there for the Ironmen. Momentum taking a little bit. Raiders able to escape. Down only 1. We'll see them in the top of the 7th. We are back to finish this one up with our 7th inning action. Ironman took the lead after a great 4-run rally. Bryson Reed coming into the game for Dylan Tracy, who took the walk into the pitching mound. Manufactures a pop-up that'll be in foul territory with his first pitch. Again, the inning ended with Lay being picked off at third with the bases loaded. Unfortunate ending, but a great pickoff by the catcher to third baseman Nick Sharp. Now up for the Raiders will be Crutcher. Checks his swing there. Looks like a strike was called anyways. Now some solid contact at the third baseman. He'll get the out all the way across the diamond at first. So Dylan Tracy manufactures a ground out with his first batter faced. That was Crutcher. We'll see Wellman, the catcher, who made the excellent pickoff attempt and succeeded in it to end the inning for the Ironmen. Tracy from the full windup has a ball outside and low. Again, Reed taking over in right field for Tracy. I have to imagine it's hard to expect when you're pitching if you're not a starter. They've worked through 4 relievers now, all who were playing in the game previously except for one. A lot of situational pitching here in high school baseball. Swung on and popped up to the infield. That's Newberry charging in a little bit to make the play. Routine put out for Newberry. And we'll see if Dylan Tracy can send us home with a 1-run win. Face who could be the final batter of the game. That'll be Goropesic. Goropesic is hitless today, but he's driven in a run. Struck out once. There's a foul ball. Tracy, some excellent pitching so far. Popped up 2 men or popped out 1 man and grounded out another. That one's going to be low and in the dirt for Tracy. I believe it's a 2-0 count for Dylan right now. It's impressive just how many of these guys aren't afraid to get on the mound and throw a few pitches. Swing and a miss by Goropesic. A lot of them have to be comfortable in multiple positions. And you have to imagine it's just whatever it takes to get on the field. With 25 men or so on the roster, it's tough to carve out a little role for yourself, but a lot of them do a good job of it by being utility players or pitching in situations. Swing and fouled off behind him by Goropesic. Down to his final strike of the game. Have to imagine he's trying to send one over the fence, tie this ball game up. High by Tracy. Count's about full, I'd have to imagine. Very hard when you're not seeing the count on the scoreboard, but we try our best. That one's outside. Goropesic takes first on the payoff pitch. So that's going to bring up Alec Imhoff, who is also 0 for 3 coming into this at-bat. He is the winning run. Well, he is the go-ahead run, that is. Excuse me. Two balls for Imhoff. He's had duties at second base today. Wind picking up and carrying out. Swing and a miss by Imhoff. right-handed batter. Big lead at first base by Goropesic. That's going to end it, apparently. That was a 1-2 count. So that'll be it for your doubleheader. Alec Heimhoff strikes out swinging. Dylan Tracy could be credited with the save. Ironman winning 2 of 2 on the day, sweeping the doubleheader, and looking good while doing it. Comeback win for the Iron. We thank you for tuning in to the InkSpot live stream, and we hope you come back for more content soon. This is Reed Watkins signing off. Thank you so much for watching.